Welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of Man vs. Line, the best sports gambling podcast out there, of course. Look, it's Thursday at 11:53 p.m. It's been a rough day, but we got a lot to talk about. We're going to recap Wednesday and Thursday's games, our current records, and give our picks for Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday's games. Well, I bet Sunday and Monday. Mal didn't. But stay tuned. Let's get it going, and let's go. Mal, we are officially halfway done with week 1 of college football, and you had a pretty good night tonight.
We had a solid night. That is why we are stroking the mustache. We had a solid night tonight. It was a 5-1 night, I believe. And we'll take that. We will take that to the bank. 5-2 if you want to count the parlay. The can't lose parlay that lost. I tweeted out.
Let me go ahead and say this for everyone out there. If you're listening to us to actually bet our picks, you probably got the wrong idea of the show here. All right.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, mouse hot. Look, a tough night for the boy. A tough last night for the boy. 0-6 in the past 6. I'm 4-6 right now, but it's all right. We got a big slate coming up tomorrow. I got a lot of good picks that I like. Hopefully, maybe half of them will hit, and I think I'll be all right. But no. But like I said, if you're taking our picks really, really seriously, then you're probably in it for the wrong reasons. Because look,
unless you just want to ride with us and fill our pain
unless
you're just a
copyright writer, yeah, then
unless you just want to fill our pain, which. I mean, for me, there was not much pain tonight. The under on the Ohio State game that I bet, as a little painful. That was a little painful, considering the fact that it was looking a shoo-in in that first half. And then Ohio State decided to expose Minnesota for not having a defense in the third quarter. I don't know what happened there.
Can we talk about how the explosion of points in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was ridiculous. But like at the same time. It is Ohio State, and I mean, I was like, you kind of thought it was coming with the way our boy CJ was looking. We didn't think it was going to come, but let's talk about him. Let's talk about him for a second.
Struggled in the first half. Pause. So I kind of declared UCF dead already, but it's 24-21 right now.
I told you.
I took the graphic down. I had it up as me going 0 for 4 because they were getting absolutely whipped earlier. But I'm going to keep it up. Hey, maybe I can go 1 for 3 tonight.
Maybe don't go 1 for 3. I told him he's a little premature on the tombstone, but even though it still should be a tombstone.
Yeah, put me in a coffin. Stick a fork in me. Well done.
Put me in a body bag.
Yeah. Shout out MGK, man.
Shout out a little MGK. MGK, if you're listening, you want to get Megan Fox on the show, we'd love to have her. We don't really care about you, bud.
He wouldn't do that, Mal, because you just take him right from underneath him.
Well, yeah, but then he'd go find somebody else. He'd go find somebody else.
He'd bump back over to Sommer Rae, probably.
I don't know. I don't know if Sommer Rae take him back. He cheated on her with Megan Fox, which I mean,
it's true.
She even admitted, she was like, "Look, if I was a guy, I'd probably cheated on myself with Megan Fox." So, I mean,
it's self-awareness to know that.
But I mean, this is like completely going off topic. But is Sommer Rae hotter than Megan Fox?
That's for you to decide, Mal.
Okay. Then we'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. That's all needs
to be
said.
We'll just leave it at
that. But no, so let's go ahead and talk about Wednesday's game. Jacksonville State versus UAB. I'm going to go ahead and say this is the worst offensive performance I think I've seen in my 21 years of life. And I know that sounds like a bold statement, but it's very true. Like, it's very true.
And, I mean, for those of you that listen to the podcast on Tuesday, you know that I said I was going to stay away from this game. I just want to enjoy this game. And I was right. I was wanting to stay away from that game, but the little gambling gods whispered in my ear, and Dylan kind of played a role in that. Dylan said, take Jacksonville State. They said, They said take Jacksonville State.
You can't lie. Jacksonville State
You
14
won't.
and a half looked really juicy, bruh.
It did. They said take Jacksonville State. You won't regret it. And to the people that said that, I regret it.
I regret it. Gambling gods have failed us. But
They have.
I mean, let's talk about it. There was some it was 3rd and 1, one of the first drives, and they ran a jet screen.
It was one of those
sweep,
things
sorry,
like
not jet screen, jet sweep. And I was like, I mean, what are we doing?
After tonight's like just amazing games that we witnessed, and I say amazing games, they were amazing because that Bowling Green Tennessee game came down to the wire. We'll talk about that in a second.
It did come
for the spread. It came down to the wire. But I kind of forgot about how lackluster the offense was of Jacksonville State, and I really forgot about a lot of that game. Of course, I really wanted to forget about a lot of that game.
Yeah, so. I've watched that game from my memory completely. Shout out Buc-ee's with the Buc-ee's Cup now. Yep, free promo. We love you, Buc-ee's.
Now open in Calhoun, Georgia.
Yeah, no, look, that game was not a great game. No atmosphere, nothing.
I mean, I was completely wrong too. I was like, oh, it's going to be a great, great opening day. No, it was not. Yeah, not at all.
Tough games. I now fall to, after the under failed to hit in the Minnesota-Ohio State game, I'm now 1-1 on mortal locks. Mal, you're now
1-1.
1-1 on mortal locks. Sorry, I gotta really just wash that out of my brain. Locks.
We'll call them lucky locks. How about that? Lucky
locks. Okay. I'll just put a little shamrock next to it next time.
Well, shamrock. There we go.
Shamrock, because it might
not
lock. It might not.
it's a lock. It's going.
Maybe we should call them defect locks, because it might lock. It might not. Now, who knows?
I like lucky locks. We're just throwing it out there. You know what? It's going to lock either way. It's how they're going to lock. It's how they're going to lock for a win or lock for a loss.
Lock for a loss.
Hey, you guys decide.
That is very true. Very true. But let's go through your bets for tonight, Mal. You had App State minus 10.5. Solid. I should have wrote that with you.
I saw that game and I saw 10.5 and I was like, you know what? Eastern Carolina, they don't have much. App State did lose the quarterback. It was one of those things. But then I saw where the transfer, where did he come from? He came from he got beat out by like JT Daniels or something like that. And at like whatchamacallit, and then he transferred at US. No, not at USC, at like Mater Dei, I believe.
Okay.
So I mean, it was like one of those weird quarterback situations, and he went to college and then just ended up at App State. So
random. I mean, but
just very random, but like
33-19.
I knew that Eastern Carolina was screwed on that first play. On the first offensive play from App State, after they had just went 3 and out, after they just forced Eastern Carolina to go 3 and out, and he's that ball, and it's literally a dime, and there was pass interference on that play that was not called, but I knew at that moment Eastern Carolina can't keep up. They just can't. And the Eastern Carolina broke out, and they scored first, and I was like, maybe they can, but I mean, even Dylan, I was still pretty confident. I said, they got a lucky screen pass here. App State's going to go back to what they do best, and that's just out talent. They're just going to out talent Eastern Carolina, and they did.
It seems like that's what they did. So great pick. That then starts you off 1-0. What did you call it earlier? That was your what?
That was my appetizer.
Yeah, very clever, very clever.
Mm-hmm. That was my appetizer.
Let's go ahead and talk about the next game: Ohio State versus Minnesota. I think the boat is going to be rowing pretty well throughout the season.
I believe the boat is on a crash course to Indianapolis, and I believe that it's on
hopping in?
I'm hopping in the boat, and I think there's going to be
I was already in the boat, just not for tonight.
I'm hopping in the boat. I said that on Tuesday. I'm hopping in the boat, and I think there's going to be some bling in that boat come the end of the year.
Oh,
because for one reason only.
Can never beat a team twice in a year.
It's very hard to beat a team twice in the year. Very hard.
Oh,
but I will say this. Ohio State did not look very good tonight. I think we can both agree on that. And CJ, what's his last name? CJ, I'm forgetting. I'm literally drawing a blank here. The quarterback. Crap.
You got it. I'm going to let you pull it. You got it.
We'll just call him CJ
Stroud.
Stroud. Yeah,
Stroud.
there we go. CJ Stroud.
Yep.
So our
But
boy.
wait. Go back to rowing the boat. Mal, we need to make this promise right here, right now.
Yes.
If Minnesota makes the playoff this year, somehow, some way, we will both go bald and dress up like PJ Flex and carry around oars.
I can't make that promise. I cannot chop the mullet off, Dylan.
Now think about it. If Minnesota makes the playoffs, think about that. The
All right,
odds of that.
We have a deal. We have a deal.
There we go.
For those of you listeners, we actually just shook on that virtually. So
yeah, virtual shake,
virtual handshake, electronic. It was an electronic handshake. And Rhett Hammondtree, I'm shouting you out right here. If you are listening to this podcast, we still have an outstanding electronic handshake where you owe me one slap to your face. So if you're listening to this, I'm going to get my slap eventually.
He's going to get what's his.
I'm going to get mine.
But yeah, Ohio State struggled somewhat in the first half. Then I absolutely just blew up in the second. I mean, and that's what Lacey was telling me. She goes, "We're a second half team. I'm not panicking." So I was like, "All right." And then obviously she was right.
You see, I completely forgot Lacey was an Ohio State fan. I mean,
that's yeah. Well, it's just like a family thing, but that's a bad beat for both of us, man. 14. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously you won, but that's a bad beat for me.
Yeah,
this is tough.
It is.
Same with the Tennessee game. Let's go. I mean, hell, let's go ahead.
Okay, let's just go ahead and talk about it. So,
I mean,
Dylan got a little salty.
You listen. Let me give a little breakdown here.
Okay,
as a Tennessee fan. First off, I completely forgot we're running hurry up. I don't know how that slipped my mind. I was sitting there watching. I don't know. I just, you fall into the old states that you're used to being in. And we run the first play, and then immediately we're on the line. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what the hell's going on? What happened? And I'm like, oh, I remember now. We're balls to the wall, run a play every 3 seconds. It did hurt us a little bit because I was telling my dad this. I feel like when you go so fast and especially this early in the season, you make mistakes. Those mistakes can compound very fast if you're moving very fast. And I feel like that's what happened. We had a lot of drops. Joe Milton has no touch. Absolute cannon. Needs to cut his time in the weight room. Shout out Austin Iverson for that amazing tweet. Yeah, the guy's just too jacked. 6'5", 240, and can throw it 70 yards, but we don't need him to throw him 70. We need to throw it 60, but he'll still throw it 70.
And so my whole thing with Tennessee's offense, we saw a glimpse. We saw a glimpse of greatness those first 2 drives. But I knew whenever they went out there in the first 5 minutes and put up 14 points, and then came out that next drive and struggled. I was like, "Oh, what?"
Can I be honest?
Did you make a live bet?
No. I didn't make a live bet. After the first 2 drives, after we scored the second touchdown, look, this is real right here. I had a flash in my head of Tennessee in the national championship. That's how warped mentally us Tennessee fans are. We take anything and cling on to it, and then reality set back in. Our defense sucks, and our offense still sucks. But there was a brief moment where I was sitting at the national championship game, going, "Wow, I can't believe we made it here." We're so pathetic. Oh my god!
But in actuality, Tennessee's offense is not bad, and this is what me and you were talking about. This is what me and my dad were talking about. When you've never ran that up-tempo NASCAR fast-paced offense and you jump straight into it, there's no amount of conditioning you can do in the offseason that's going to have you ready for that week 1 game speed. And that's where Tennessee lacked tonight. Now, as they go through the season, as they get more conditioned, and as they get more used to running that offense in a game, Tennessee will get a lot better. I feel like that offense will grow quite a bit. And the more that offense grows, the defense is going to have to grow with it, because with that offense, the defense is going to be on the field a lot more. And we saw that tonight with the defense breaking down, and it just looked like Tennessee was gassed all around.
Yeah. And I told my dad, I'll give him a 1-year pass. It's hard to institute a whole new offense,
especially after McDonald's. Especially after you lost a lot of talent through that.
Yeah, that, and like I said, if we didn't have the drops, we probably win that game by 45 plus. We had some killer drops, just really.
I mean, you're on pace for 87 or something like that.
Yeah.
After the first 2 drives.
Last year, the most we ever scored in the first quarter was 7, and we
I did
beat
see an
that.
interesting.
So.
I did see an interesting graphic, something where you guys ran like 90 plays tonight, 90 plays compared to like the 66 a game y'all averaged last year,
Yeah,
which is a
absolutely incredible.
massive step up. Massive step up. It's what you need to be doing.
We ran like 30 something in the first quarter, which is like
Yeah,
insane.
but Heupel really should have slowed. He should have slowed it down. If
He
he
slowed it
slowed
down
it,
towards the end of the game.
if he were to slow the play calling down at the start of the game, I think he just got out there. I think the guys were just very, and it's probably the game plan. You know, I mean, you got to
Well, it's
stick
like
to your
you
game
know how it
plan.
is when you play your first football game.
Yeah.
You're gassed no matter what.
You're gassed.
You can't be prepared for that in any way.
But
So
I mean,
we'll see.
if he slows it down, and you know, you're not like, because that was like NASCAR. That was F1 that they were running. That wasn't NASCAR. That was F1.
That was Ricky
And
Bobby type shit. Like, I want to go fast.
no. That was what was his name? Jean Pierre.
Oh yeah, Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Booby.
This is my.
That was
husband.
that Formula One like 250-kilometer.
Yeah, no, it was blazing fast. But hey, you got to admit the 35 and a half was not as unobtainable as you made it seem.
I said it. I mean, here's exactly. Do you remember what I told you? I said Tennessee can win this game 33-0. They still won't cover. I said I think Tennessee will win the game pretty heavily. But yeah, that's just a lot of points for an opening game with a new head coach and a new offense.
You take the 2 holding calls away and the drops. It's a toss up still, I think. But
and if a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass every time he jumps. So
that's redneck as hell. But yes, I guess that is substantially correct. Yeah, so that's that. What else? I think that's it for tonight. Mal had Bowling Green plus 34.5. That hit.
And
Mal had the under 65.
The under was okay. First of all, if you did not take the under in that game, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much clearer it can be.
I didn't. I don't know why, but I just didn't. So
you didn't take it, but at least you didn't take the over. If you took the over in that game, seek psychiatric help.
At Brandon Walker.
Oh, did Brandon Walker actually take the over?
Yeah, he took the over.
Oh God, Brandon Walker, what are you doing, man?
That's tough. That's
tough.
It is very tough. All around, it's good, solid first half. We got a lot more games tomorrow. I'm excited about Virginia Tech, UNC. Very excited about that. And do you want to go ahead and get into our picks?
Yeah, I mean we can. I got 13 picks for tomorrow and Saturday. I think you have 16?
I have 22. But
that's Lord.
But that's for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Dude, how much of your bankroll? How much of your bankroll is out right now into these picks? I just want to know this before we start.
Probably about close 2/3.
You want me to be?
They're all solos. They're all solos. So.
Oh yeah, mine are all solos now after the parlay lost. Yeah. Going into tonight, I had 100% or probably like 99.7% of my bankroll into this weekend's picks. So I'm going pretty hefty. I'm running $20 units this weekend. So it's gonna be interesting.
I'm still gonna run $10 units, but like I said,
it's gonna be interesting.
Picks, that's $220. So
yeah. So I'm running $20. I really like the picks I have right here. So
yeah.
Without further ado,
let's get into it. First game, North Carolina at Virginia Tech. What are you picking?
Sam Howell is enough to win that game for North Carolina. Will he be enough to cover the spread? Yes. Sam Howell is going to be one of those like Zach Wilson type quarterbacks this year that's kind of under the radar, but will most likely go first round in the draft, I think. Dude is just all around really good. He's played he's just a solid quarterback.
Yeah, he is. He's a very good quarterback. Very good. He has
and UNC, I believe UNC they have 5 or 6 super seniors coming back, all been playing under Mac Brown, and it's a good looking year this year for North Carolina. Now the game is at Virginia Tech, I believe, correct?
At Virginia Tech, yeah.
And you're going to have Enter Sandman. The place is going to be rocking, so North Carolina's going to need to neutralize that as quick as they possibly can. North Carolina comes out, gets out to a 10 to 14-point lead. The Hokies will be neutralized, and North Carolina should cruise on to a pretty easy victory there, I think. But it's like I said, if they allow Virginia Tech to kind of hang around in this game, it's going to become a lot tougher to win that game, in my opinion.
So you have Virginia or UNC
minus 5.5.
5.5. Okay. I'm not touching the spread in that. I'm taking the over 63.5. Look, Virginia Tech, UNC. There's gonna be points scored.
Interesting.
And I just died by the under. And I hate taking the under, and I still do it all the time. So I'm switching it up, changing the mojo. I'm taking the over 63.5.
I am going back with the under 64.
You're taking under 64.
I have a 64 line, and I'm taking under that. It
Interesting.
gives me a push opportunity, and quite frankly, I don't think I've picked a single over.
You're an unders guy through and through, Mal.
I am a first week unders guy now. Whenever you give me statistical offense analysis and I can actually look at the way the offenses are going and the way the teams are looking, there will be a lot more overs. And whenever Vegas kind of catches up, there will be a lot more overs. But as of right now, I believe Vegas, like I said Tuesday, Vegas just kind of throws these lines out there. They say last year, North Carolina scored a lot of points, Virginia Tech can score a lot of points. Oh, and then week 1 rolls around, and just like we saw tonight in Tennessee game, Ohio State game,
well,
it's sloppy.
Ohio State, Minnesota,
they
scored a lot of points.
They scored a lot of points, but it was still very sloppy and a lot of defensive miscues on Minnesota's part, and really speed kills. I mean, Chris Olave, dude, speed killed. UNC and Virginia Tech don't have the same speed that Ohio State has.
No.
So it's just going to – like I said, these week 1 games, I said this Tuesday, they're sloppy. Under is the safest bet in most of these, especially these high 64 games, these high 60s games. It's just I almost have to take the under.
That's fair. But I'm gonna go with the over. So we'll butt heads on that one. And I got to get you that shirt that says "I hate fun," Mal.
I hate fun. I do hate fun in week 1.
That's rhyme poetry.
Yeah,
beautiful
poetry. I am a songwriter. Yeah.
Yep. Second game I have is Duke versus Charlotte. I don't know if you touched it.
I didn't take that one.
I got Duke 5.5. Minus 114. Yeah, Charlotte's supposed to be a good team. Duke lost a lot, but I still think it's too big of a gap for Charlotte to jump up. And
hey, them 49ers, baby. Them 49ers don't mess around.
Duke. Yeah, shout out Will Healy. He's a good coach. But I don't think Duke thumped them by 20 plus last year. I think it's not as much, but it's close to that. So I got Duke 5.5.
Fair enough.
What about Michigan State versus Northwestern? Did you touch that?
Northwestern lost their top 3 wide receivers. One of them happens to be one of our buddies, Kyrick McGowan.
Shout out Kyrick McGowan, who signed a deal with TiVo today.
Signed a deal with TiVo. I didn't see that. Okay,
buddy.
Good for him. Congrats, Kyrick. We love to see that. We love to see our boys making bank. And they lost their quarterback, and they lost their running back.
They're only returning 9 total starters on both sides of the ball combined.
But Michigan State sucks. Michigan State is not good. It's Michigan State. They're the little brothers of Michigan. And when Michigan sucks, what does that make Michigan State? Even worse. I don't know why I have
plus 3.5. Plus 3.5.
You see, I see that. I don't know why I'm taking Northwestern minus 3. I don't know why I'm doing it. Because everything tells me not to do it. They lost their quarterback. They lost their top 3 wide receivers. They lost their running back. They are literally returning nothing offensively but Northwestern minus 3. Do not listen to me on that pick. That's just one of those.
I'm going Michigan State plus 3.5.
Hey, that is the smart bet. That is the 100% smart bet. I'm just feeling Northwestern. I don't know.
That's fine. Look, we make this. We do the show to have for shigs.
But I mean, you guys see, like, we're doing our research on this. We're I mean, it's not like
it's not like we're just throwing them out.
There. I mean, like we understand these teams. We're not idiots.
Well, I mean, I looked like an idiot.
But I mean,
that's fine. You can't win them all. If gambling, you could win them all. Everybody'd be rich.
Everybody do it.
Everybody'd be rich.
Let's go run it.
Yeah, we got to roll through them. Oklahoma versus Tulane.
See, I like it. Spencer Rattler, baby. 31.5.
You're taking 31.5 Oklahoma.
Oh, I'm taking Oklahoma 31.5. Look, if Tennessee can almost cover against Bowling Green, or Tennessee covers 31.5 against Bowling Green, Oklahoma, who has a way better offense than Tennessee and a way better defense than Tennessee, is going to cover 31.5 versus the freaking Green Waves.
But we gotta wonder, how does that defense stack up for Oklahoma? And I'm a big overs guy this week. Over 67.5. I was looking, dude. Every time they played a smaller team, they won 60-20. It's like for the past 2 years, this is how it's been. So I'm taking over 67.5.
See, I don't want to touch overs this week, so I didn't take the total in that game because that was just a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points,
It is
but
a lot of
Oklahoma likes
points.
to score a lot of points. That's
They
like
do like
their
to score a lot of
trademark
points.
thing. So I got over 67.5. Mal has 31.5.
I have Oklahoma to win by
Oklahoma
32 or
31 and a
more.
half, 32 or more. And Wisconsin versus Penn State. I think this is setting up to be the second best game of the week behind Georgia and Clemson.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I really like this game. And
See, I didn't touch a spread in that game, but
I didn't either.
I did touch a total.
Oh, you touched a total. Okay, what'd you take?
It's 49.5 points. That's the
Yep.
line I was given. Is that what you were given?
I think it was close to that. I think it was 50.5, but yeah.
This is a nitty gritty. This is a true Big Ten game. There ain't no Ohio State in this game. It's going under 49.5. It's going under. This is going to be a gritty game.
Now, I don't care what you say. You're a huge unders guy for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, you're just an unders
This
guy.
is going to be a gritty defensive battle. Penn State and Wisconsin just getting after it, down dirty in the trenches. This is going to be one of those trenches games. Wisconsin, they got them big old farm boys. It's going to be a gritty game. And I think
very gritty.
I think you're going to see like a 24-13 type game.
Okay, that's absolutely believable.
Yeah.
I personally took Wisconsin money line.
I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, I got Wisconsin money line for that game.
I love the Badgers. I'm a big Badgers guy.
Big jump around,
big
baby.
Badgers guy. I don't like Penn State, man.
I hate Penn State.
Ever since Franklin took over at Penn State, I don't know if it's the bald head. I don't know what it is.
Franklin. Fun story. Franklin hit on my mom and my sister.
Really?
Yes.
All right, hold up. We got to pause the podcast and hear this. So give us the story, Skip.
We'll pause the pics. So I was at a Mercer mega camp with all different types of schools there. Michigan was there. Penn State was there. A lot of big schools.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and my sister were walking around towards the field house area. And they were walking, and Coach Franklin was walking by them. He looks at them and goes, "Hello, ladies," and just kept walking.
What a guy, man. That makes me hate him even more, though, man. Isn't he married? He's married. Come
He's
on.
married. What a
Come
slob.
on, James.
What a
Come
slob.
on. James, you can look at the menu, but don't even
touchdown
try to order.
UCF 28-24.
Hey, Skip, I told you it's premature.
Maybe I'll go 1 for 3.
Maybe Skip's going 1 for 3.
We'll see.
But come on, James Franklin. You can look at the menu, but you just can't order from it. Come on, man. Don't even attempt to order from it.
It's essentially asking the waitress at Waffle House how good is the All-Star Special, because it looks real good right here. You can't ask that. You already got your hash brown bowl right in front of you, dog. Shut up.
You got your hash brown bowl. The All-Star Special, okay, so that's like, you get a let's say you get steak and eggs at Waffle House, right? A healthier option. It's a healthier option.
But a classic.
It's a healthier option, but a classic. It's very good. You like a good steak. But sometimes that country ham, those hash browns, the waffle, the eggs, they're staring at you.
It is staring at you.
And you like to look at
the nice little pictures on the plastic menu. It's looking at you.
It's looking at you. But
you can't.
But you can't eat them. It's fun to think, you know what? That'd be pretty good. But no. Nope. You got to stick with you got to stick with your steak and your eggs, because that's what's good for you.
I'm ready to die on this hill right now. The only bald coach we will ever support is PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck. James Franklin, get out of here.
James Franklin's the rip-off version of PJ Fleck. I'm calling it now. We love PJ Fleck.
We love PJ Fleck. I will row a boat to hell with PJ Fleck.
Yeah, same. The river sticks.
What a guy.
All right. So Mal has over 49.
Under.
Dude,
I hate fun.
That's right. I got to remember, you're just you're the guy in SpongeBob who goes, "Who blew that bubble?" That's you. So Wisconsin money line for me, under 49.5 for Mal.
I'm not a goofy.
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and tell you probably didn't touch this next game. Western Michigan versus Michigan.
Western Michigan versus Michigan. No, I did not.
Look, Michigan is still going to be Michigan. Michigan's still going to be trash. Western Michigan plus 16.5.
Wow. Bold,
but I like it. Western Michigan's not a team to step over. Never has been.
Nope.
I don't think they will continue to be. Michigan has nothing. Jim Harbaugh, this will be his last year. I'm calling it. He's going to get fired after this
See
year.
that? Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm taking Western Michigan plus 16.5.
I'm staying away from it just because you never know what Michigan's going to do.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to live on the edge. It gives me that little serotonin boost that I need to live. So Stanford versus Kansas State.
I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it? I got Stanford money line. That's plus 132. Kansas State, it's at Jerry's World. Essentially home game for Kansas State. Doesn't matter. Kansas State was highly overrated last year. Got that one big win week 2, or I think week 2. But no, over Oklahoma. But I don't think it sticks. Stanford money line.
Fair enough.
Fresno State versus Oregon. This is an interesting one.
See, I don't. Those Pac-12 games, I don't really like to touch them that much. They're just so strange to me.
After that offense I saw last week from the Fresno State Bulldogs,
oh no,
plus 20.5 versus Oregon.
Give you troll face.
This isn't a troll. This is real. Fresno State plus 20.5 versus Oregon. Mark my words. Oregon's not going to turn out to be as good as everybody thinks.
Oregon's never as good as anybody thinks.
I mean, yeah, but even more so this year. So I got Fresno State plus 20.5.
All right.
And this one was a layup. I hope you took it. Arkansas versus Rice.
You see, it is a layup.
You're not taking it.
And I'm not taking it.
That's fine. I got Arkansas minus 19.5 versus Rice.
See, I'm living on a certain line this weekend that I'm willing to die on. So
that's fine. That's fine. So I guess we'll jump out to the next one anyways. Alabama versus Miami. Now this one, this is going to be an interesting game.
You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going. You're taking the under.
I'm taking under 61. I got under 61.
Yeah. Under 61. I knew you were going to do it. Not a bad bet. Definitely not a bad bet. Alabama has a great defense.
Alabama's a great defense. Alabama's going to struggle. New freshman quarterback or redshirt freshman quarterback.
Listen,
or did they redshirt him? I don't even know. But, new quarterback. Kid hadn't started yet. Kid's making already millions.
Yeah.
He's going to struggle. He's going to feel the pressure.
And like I said, Derek King's a good quarterback. I think Miami will score some.
I mean, it all comes down to that offensive line. They were atrocious last year, dude. That Miami offensive line has not been good. But I think they returned all 5 starters. They're all very veterans. So hopefully they got a little bit better. And if they can just give Derek King a little bit of time, he can make some magic.
True. He is a very talented kid. But listen, I have this new strategy I want to test out. I'm going to take the spread of Alabama every single week.
I wouldn't. They don't really. Alabama's never covered that well.
I mean, but they do. They do. Like if you go look at it, they do. They do cover. They cover a good amount. So I'm just going to take Alabama 19.5.
All right, fair enough.
I'm just going to roll with it every week and see what happens. Marshall versus Navy. I got Marshall 2.5.
If you are not taking the under 47 there.
Yeah, I agreed. Under's probably looking pretty good, but I'm not taking that.
I'm screaming. I'm going to the top of the mountaintop and screaming at that top of the mountaintop if this loses, because the triple option, Marshall, I'm pretty sure Marshall's like a run heavy team too. From what I've seen of them, I don't think they really. I mean, they throw the ball effectively, but from what we saw, because remember we watched them last couple weeks last year in their bowl game. We are. But Navy has been running the triple option for so damn long that you just got to. You just have to.
So under 47.
Yeah.
For Mal. And I'm taking Marshall minus 2.5 versus Navy.
Okay, you say I don't like to have fun. If you run a triple option, you do not like to have fun at all.
No, yeah, anti-fun.
And
but it's also the military. So
the most fun,
it goes perfectly,
dude. The most fun option offense I've seen is probably Georgia Southern. That's just because they I don't get it. Chad Lunsford just throws the ball away, and I could not find a Georgia Southern line for this week. I don't know if Georgia.
Who are they playing?
That's the thing. I'm not sure. I don't know if they kick off this week or not. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Interesting.
Your
old. I don't know what a former school. I wouldn't say
my former school. It's a long.
Your former school.
Yeah.
All right. West Virginia versus Maryland. Tua's little brother in action. For Maryland. But guess what? It absolutely does not matter. West Virginia minus 2.5. West Virginia was a good team last year. Yep.
Oh, West Virginia is always a good team. But we got some Tagovailoa, Lua, blood on the
Some
other side of the
Hawaiian
ball.
Magic. Are you
We got.
taking? Are you
I'm.
are you are you taking +2.5 Maryland?
I
Is
got
that what you're
+3.
telling me right now?
I got +3 Maryland. I do one better.
Okay. Okay. Plus
I
three
was I
Maryland.
was I was able to get Maryland at +3. So
Interesting.
I believe that Tua or not Tua. Good lord, Talil is it Talili?
Look. We'll just call him to his little brother. I don't know what his
I think
name
it's
is.
Talia. Tali. You know what? Tagovailoa. We're taking a damn Tagovailoa.
All right, another one where we butt heads. We'll see what happens. You got the better of me this week, I will say. You got the better of me this week. And then this one was an interesting game. La Tech versus Mississippi State.
I hate Mississippi State, so I don't even want to bet them.
I'm not big on Mississippi State. I got La Tech plus 22.5. It's just a lot of points.
I mean, it's just like, dude, you see, like,
And La Tech's not a terrible team.
it's just the offense that Mississippi State tries to run with the players they try to run it with just is stupid.
It just doesn't
And
work.
I get it, like, you bring Mike Leach in for entertainment value, but at the same time, like, dude, if you're going to bring him in, you got to have the players to back him up. And unfortunately, Mississippi State is not a freaking, like, powerhouse in the SEC, so it's going to be very hard to get the players that can back that offense up.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing in the West against Texas A&M, against Alabama,
LSU.
against LSU, potentially Auburn. Auburn's going to have a stout defense this year. It's not looking good for Mississippi State this year.
Yeah, no. So I'm taking La Tech plus 22.5 there.
Yes. I mean, I agree with that. I don't want to touch it because
that's fun.
It's like I said, you don't know with these damn
toss up.
These toss up first week SEC lines, like they're just weird.
Yeah, they're very, very weird. Mm-hmm. Next game, Indiana versus Iowa. Did you bet on this one?
No, you are taking a lot of games.
I am. Well, I like the over 45.5.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. Fair enough. So that's my pick for that one. Did you take? You probably didn't take Missouri versus Central Michigan.
I did take Missouri minus 14.5 versus Central Michigan.
I did too.
Missouri is going to be a very stout team this year. Missouri
very good.
Missouri could finish second in the SEC East this year.
They could.
They're kind of slept on. It's kind of like them in Kentucky this year are really slept on for some reason. Everybody just kind of assumes Florida's going to get second, but Florida is not. I don't think Florida's going to be good. I mean, when you lose your entire offensive production,
Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, Kyle Trask, Emory Jones,
Emory Jones.
I don't think he's that great. So
no, he isn't. That's the thing.
He's good, but like not great enough to carry a whole team. That's the difference.
No,
that is the difference.
So yeah, Missouri minus 14.5, Central Michigan. You said I've always been
safety for UCF 30-24. We're covering right now.
Let's go, Dylan. Let's go.
Let's go. I need this win so bad for my morale going into tomorrow. I really need it. I really need it. But, yeah, Missouri 14.5. It's a good pick, I think.
All right.
So let's ride on that, man.
Let's go. Let's Missouri.
And then Texas versus Louisiana. Lafayette.
Personally, I cannot bet this game because of how like close we are to the Raging Cajuns. Because of our connections to the Raging Cajuns, I cannot bet that game because I want to wholeheartedly cheer for the Raging Cajuns and not be mad at them, if they don't cover or anything like that. Like because of my ties, I cannot take that game.
Yeah, I get it, but Steve Sarkisian, loud entrance, first game, minus 8.5 for Texas. I like it. Sorry, Sark's a genius. He's gonna absolutely and Hudson Card. Going to be a stud.
I mean, you're underestimating the Napiers, though, man. You're underestimating Napier.
I mean, they had a really good year last year, but it's just
he's been building this program up for the past like 3 or 4 years, dude. Or no, hell, longer than that. You are underestimating Billy Napier. I'm just going to tell you right now.
That's fine, but I got Texas 8.5.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just how I'm rolling. Then San Jose State versus USC, Southern Cal.
Pac-12 didn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
San Jose State plus 14.5.
After what they did last week, I could see it after. But it is – then again, it is USC. They got that what's his name? The guy, their quarterback that, supposedly beat JT Daniels out, quotes. But what the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I'm delusional.
If you guys can't
12:30.
tell, it's 12:30. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little late for us, but we wanted to get this episode in.
Yeah, I've been up a
Oh,
while
I have too.
today.
I worked all day today, so
I'm not gonna lie. I woke up, watched the hype video Tennessee football put out immediately.
Dylan woke
Piss and
up still
vinegar.
drunk from last
Piss and
night.
vinegar.
He'll admit the first dates are always uncomfortable.
Little MGK. We love MGK.
Hey, we love
stand
MGK.
If you don't
We
listen to
love
MGK, go listen
MGK.
to MGK.
We are big MGK guys.
Go listen to
MGK. If you want to come on and give us your guest picks with Megan Fox, we'd love to have you.
Small disclaimer: she must appear.
Small disclaimer: if you're going to sign a contract to come on and do this with us, Megan Fox has to be there.
Okay, I'll let that. There'll be the Mal Leonard clause. That's what
Yeah,
we'll call it.
just get with our managers, MGK, if you listen to this, and we got you.
Yeah, hit up management. And so I got San Jose State plus 14.5 versus USC. Syracuse versus Ohio. Interesting. The spread was only half a point. I'm taking Syracuse plus 0.5.
Half a point? I didn't even see that game.
Half a point. Listen, it's Ohio.
Look, Syracuse.
Ohio's the worst state in America besides Virginia. So I'm just Syracuse. Let's ride. Okay.
Syracuse is always pretty good. But
they had terrible.
Whoa. Where's the game?
I think at Ohio or at Syracuse. I don't. Let me look.
If it's in that little dome that Syracuse.
If it's in the dome, that's there. I don't know what kind
of
radiant energy is in that shit, but they go crazy.
Dude, how many? They beat Clemson. What? They beat Clemson twice in that bitch.
They did beat Clemson twice in that bitch.
Yeah. No. Hell yeah. If it's in the dome, take Syracuse.
Let's look here.
What's that thing? What is their stadium called? What do they call that thing again?
I don't know. I'm just calling it the dome. Let's see.
Dylan's over here just giving all his picks, and I've meticulously got all my picks out. All right,
You already got all yours out?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about A&M. No, I haven't got mine out. I'm going to talk about the A&M game. Did you bet that one, Skip?
Oh, it's at Ohio.
Okay, yeah, no, then.
But
no,
I'm still taking Syracuse.
Did you bet A&M?
I did not bet A&M.
Versus Kent State. Hayes King is being called the second coming of Johnny Manziel.
You better hope they win this game by 60, Mal.
Hayes King is being called the second coming of Johnny Manziel. Jimbo Fisher. What does Jimbo Fisher love more than life itself? A mobile quarterback. We saw it with Jameis. What did he do with Jameis? He won a damn national championship. Jameis can move around. Jameis was a lot like Johnny Manziel. He could move around. He could get the job done on his feet. He could get the job done through the air. The only concern with A&M, they lose 4 offensive linemen. 4 starting offensive linemen.
Hard to replace, man.
Jimbo has said the offensive linemen replacing them are more athletic, have, dropped weight, or a lot more athletic. So I don't know how you take that. I think I'd take that in a good way, because they're going to be playing some very good defensive front. So they're going to be able to move around, pull, really kind of spread the offense out a little bit more. So we'll learn a lot about A&M. It's a good first 3 games for A&M. Like I said, A&M covers 28.5 versus Kent State. It's a solid pick.
Okay.
Hayes King goes for over 350 yards. Yep.
All right. I'll clip that.
Hayes King goes for over 350 total yards.
I'll clip that. That's fine. It's okay. And let's talk about it. Georgia versus Clemson now. What you got?
Okay.
I know you're betting this game as a dog fan.
I'm betting this game, like your little Tennessee pick. I'm betting this game because I'm a Georgia fan. We have a very good offense. We're returning most pieces on it. We lose George Pickens, but we have Rosemary, Jack Saint. Dude, he's very good. Jermaine Burton, Dominique Blaylock, Carius Jackson, redshirt freshman Arian Smith, all these guys, all this wide receiver talent, and that's not even to mention tight end Darnell Washington. We don't know if he's playing. His foot's been a little We don't know if he's playing. If he's not playing, then that kind of hurts us a lot. But if he is playing, then we got Darnell Washington there too, a 6'7" tight end. And Georgia did not lose anything on the defense. We were a little worried about the secondary, but went out and we got two big guys. We got the corner from West Virginia, and we got the guy from Clemson. So two big additions. Georgia's defense is going to be stout. It's going to be very reminiscent to the 2017 defense. Georgia's not going to lose this game on defense. I'll give it to you that right there. Now, it's going to be – it's just all going to depend on really if Georgia's offense can get going and if Clemson's offense can get going. Because whichever offense gets going first, I think is going to win the game.
You know, I just realized something, Mel.
What's that?
Let me double check right here. Let me look. Yep. I think so. I think I've done it. I've only taken overs this week. Over 50.5. Georgia Clemson.
See, that's
neutral location, quote unquote neutral.
Look, you've got two of the best defense in the nations going up against two offenses trying to find their footing. Two offenses that are going to be very dangerous, but nonetheless two offenses that are trying to find their footing.
If I die from taking the over, then I die.
You know what? I mean, it's a good hill to live. It's a good hill to live on for this game. The over does look really good. But then again, just with the way these two defenses are set up and not lose, this is going to be Clemson's best defense I think Dabo Swinney's ever had, and this is going to be probably the second best defense Kirby Smart's ever had. I don't see this game going over 50.5. Like I said, it very well could if both offenses get going, but if both offenses get caught trying to find their footing in this game, it's going to be a defensive battle through and through, and that's why I have Georgia money line and under 50.5.
Let me tell you something. Let's look at that night. I took the under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watching them score more points than I predicted, that hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But if I were to take the over and they didn't reach it, that's okay. I had high hopes.
You see?
I'm a fan of football. I love football.
You're a fan of football. You see, I'm a fan of football too, but I think I might be a little more old school than you. You know, I kind of like watching the defense go out there and absolutely dominate.
I mean, it's great as long as the other team's scoring like 60. That's fine.
Okay, let me put it like this. I think the most points you're going to see in this game, max points is going to be around 58.5. If both offenses are playing the way I think both offenses could play, then I think you could see 59 plus points in this game.
Hey, then they would hit, and I would die a happy man. So that's absolutely fine.
But
that's absolutely fine.
Like I said, these are these aren't two of the best. These are the two best defenses in college football this year. I don't want to hear any Alabama fans coming in and say, what about us? No, these are the two best defenses in college football this year. The statistics will back it up at the end of the year. I don't hear any shit about Clemson not playing anybody, okay? It doesn't matter. Clemson has beaten Alabama two of the last, 5 times they played them? Or 2 of the last 4 times they played them in the national championship. So, look, it does not matter if I get it. You know, Clemson doesn't play anybody in the regular season, but Clemson still rolls into the playoff and fucking steamrolls whoever the hell they want to. So this is my little rant I'm going on. Clemson, you can tell Clemson's a hell of a team. You can tell Clemson's going to be a playoff team based off the talent they're playing, okay? If they're going out there and they're blowing teams out every week and they're playing subpar talent, well, at least they're going out there and blowing teams out every week. Because if they're not, then there's a damn problem there. So I don't want to hear any of this bullshit about, you got to have a super conference to fucking win. No, you don't. It all comes down to the fact – I'm on a rant right now, but it all comes down.
Keep going.
It all comes down. Look. If Clemson loses this game to Georgia and then goes on and wins the ACC championship because Clemson's going to go 11-0 the rest of the year, no matter what happens during this first game, they're in the playoff. Agree?
Yeah.
If Georgia loses this game and runs the table, they're in the playoff. Agreed?
Yep.
Boom. Doesn't matter. This game ultimately, and I'm not even making this is an early excuse. Hell, if Georgia wins this game, I'm saying it right now, it doesn't matter for Clemson because Clemson's going to run the table and they're going to be in the playoff. If Georgia loses this game and runs the table, it doesn't matter because if we drop a game, we're going to drop that game eventually, whether we win this game or not, and that's going to go against our record. This is literally just a test to see where we're at, and honestly, I applaud Kirby for booking this game because this is one of those big national championship years for Georgia. Everybody's talking about it. We're going to get a damn good sense of where we are week 1.
There you have it. I have over 50.5. Mal has money line.
And under 50.5.
And under 50.5.
I don't like to have fun. No fun.
No fun, guy. We'll get you a shirt. We'll get you a shirt. You said you didn't bet any more games after
nope,
that.
I do.
Oh, LSU versus UCLA?
No. You're missing a pretty fun game that I think is going to come on around. It comes on the same time as the Georgia game, and this is going to be a pretty fun game, I feel like.
Let's hear it.
Oh, frick me, dude. Akron plus 37 against Auburn, man.
That's a terrible bet.
It's a terrible bet, but damn, I hate Auburn. I'm taking
Trust
Akron.
me, I used to play for the coach at Akron.
Oh, dude, look, I'm not sitting here saying it's a good bet. I just fucking hate Auburn. And Bo Nix can go do whatever, he wants to. And, it really has nothing to do with Bo Picks. This has everything to do with the fact that me and you should have been blocking for Bo Picks in high school. But, okay, we're not going to talk about that. We're not getting into it. Long story. But, no, Bo Nix has not been good. Auburn's going to have a good defense. Akron sucks. But Bowling Green sucked. Bowling Green didn't win a game last year. Auburn's about at the same place I'd say Tennessee is, with just a little bit better of a defense. So, Akron plus 37. Why the hell not? Right? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? That rounds off my picks.
That's it for you, and I got 3 left, so I'll just go ahead and rattle through them. We're at 51 minutes, so I'll just go ahead and rattle through them. LSU minus 2.5 versus UCLA. Rude awakening for UCLA. They played a really bad Hawaii team last week, and they're going to get punched in the mouth. I don't care if Chip Kelly's wearing a damn visor or not. Doesn't matter. Sorry, Big Cat. Notre Dame minus 7.5 versus Florida State. Florida State, trash. Notre Dame minus 7.5.
Yeah, I like that.
Ole Miss minus 10.5 versus Louisville. This Louisville team is god awful. Ole Miss is going to put up tons of points. No. Kiffin loves to throw the ball. Ole Miss minus 10.5.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a good slate. It's a really good slate. I'm very excited.
Good slate. I really like the Ole Miss game. I just, that's kind of one of those. I wanted to sit back, collect my winnings, and just watch that and enjoy it. So, and we might tweet out a little shocking news. Mal's bet on the Ole Miss game, because I genuinely might do that. So just saying. You know what? Put it on the card. We're betting it right now. We're betting
what
this
do you want?
live.
Let me get the book out. The book out.
Give me Ole Miss minus. You say it's minus 10.5. Let me check my sports book real quick.
It was when I took it.
We're gonna put $10 on it. Nah. We're putting 20 on it. Ole Miss, dude, they're just going to outscore them. Ole Miss. Oh, I get them for minus 10, even better. Yeah, throw 20 on it. Ole Miss, minus 10.
What's the
we got minus 105 on that one.
Thank you. That's in the book.
And so the point total on that one is 75.5, which is really interesting, because I don't know how good Louisville's offense is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't touch it.
Dude.
Don't touch it.
Dude.
I know you want it. Okay, whatever. Take the under if you want, Mal. Let me know if you're taking it so I can put it in the graphic. And
no, I want to have fun that game. I want to cheer for points.
So you're taking the...
I'm taking just Mississippi.
Okay, just Ole Miss minus 10.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. So hopefully have a good week. Shang-Chi this weekend. I'm going to go see it Sunday. It's out now. I heard it was pretty good. So I'll check that out. But let's hope we have a good week. I got to have a good week. And hopefully UCF wins tonight.
Let's go.
Check one more time. At this moment, they're recording at 12:47 a.m. UCF is up 30-24, 9 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Interesting.
UCF minus 5.5.
Interesting. The North Carolina line has moved to 6 now. 6.
Moved to 6. Okay.
It has moved to 6 in favor of North Carolina. So
that's fine. Well, hey, let's wrap this thing up. Remember, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Be smart with your bankrolls. Be smart with your bets, people. And we'll see you maybe Wednesday next week, or maybe Friday. I don't know. Stay tuned for updates. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at ManVLine. That's the tag there. or you can just search Man versus Line. We'll pop up. You'll see our logo.
Yeah.
Alrighty, people. We'll catch you next week.